Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be showing off some Smash Ultimate tips and tricks you might not know about. Now if you're a top level player, you most likely know about all of these tricks. But if you're a mid-level player, low level player, or even a high level player, these are some tips that you can use to increase your gameplay experience, and you can implement these to maybe help yourself with some difficult matchups and take your character to the absolute limits. If you guys enjoyed this video, please comment down below what you guys learned from this video and subscribe to help me increase my subscriber count because that would mean a lot. Obviously, these mechanics work for pretty much all the characters in this game. If a mechanic doesn't work that I'm talking about for a certain character, I will mention it. But without further ado, let's get into the first mechanic, and that is shield grabbing. Now, I have been playing this game since the day it came out, December 7th, 2018. And I did not know that you could grab people out of a shield by pressing the shield button and pressing A. This works on all the controllers. You press your shield button and then you press your attack button. If someone doesn't attack on your shield or is charging something up, you could be safe along with being able to pull out a grab. Pretty cool. This can really come in handy. You could get a quick combo started along with being safe, blocking yourself from any attack. So yeah, by shielding and then pressing the A button, you can get a shield grab out. This is incredibly useful, and it's an alternative to doing an out of shield option. I don't know if anyone else knew about this, and I'm sure top level players know about this, but even my friends who are also mid-level players did not really know about this. My next tip is going to be about the in-game button settings. This is something not a lot of people talk about, but this works with all the control options. We click on our controller and we go to button settings. You might notice the stick sensitivity option. I'm sure there's a lot of people like me that do not like using the tilt stick. I don't like it because I played Smash Bros. Melee and there's no tilt stick option in that game, and I'm just used to doing up smash out of shield and charging with the C stick. Anyway, this setting right here, stick sensitivity, actually changes how easy it is to do a tilt. If you play with a tilt stick, I recommend putting the sensitivity on high because it'll be easier to do a smash attack with the A button. If you like doing tilts and smash attacks with the left stick, I recommend keeping on the normal setting. You could do both your smash attacks and tilts using the controller very easily. The way this works is it adds more frames of input to allow you to do different types of things with a little bit of lenience. Personally, I like low sensitivity because I could easily do my tilts with the A button, like I like doing, because I am a tap jump user, but I'm able to easily do my tilts without having to move the stick that far and giving me more of a window, along with me being able to do smash attacks with my C stick. Some pretty cool stuff. And like I said, this works if you're on the standard controls as well. You could change your sensitivity just like that. This even works if you're on the sideways Joy-Con, because we all have some times where you want to play in tabletop mode with someone else, and your only option is use the sideways Joy-Con. But you could give yourself a little advantage right here by giving yourself low sensitivity, normal or high. Alright, the next technique I want to talk about is wave dashing. And for other GameCube controller users, I think this is especially very useful. So, for how you do this is you jump, you do a diagonal angle, so down right or down left at the same time. You jump, do that, look at my inputs. Jump, down left or down right, and you could do a dash. Notice I'm using the grab button. I notice it's a lot more consistent by using the grab button and then doing the inputs. How does this go into gameplay? Well, obviously you could do this to go onto wave landing onto platforms, which can be really useful because normally you have to do a jump or short hop down and then do your attack. But for this, you could just do this and then you could attack right out of it. So the wave landing is obviously very useful. What I want to talk about right now is something that I don't see anyone talk about, and it is using the wave dash on the ground. So like I said, jump and using the grab button, you could quickly go back. In normal circumstances, you have to turn around and then do a smash attack, but you could mix up your opponent by doing this, and they'll think you're attacking, and then you could get them with an attack, or you could You could get him with an attack. You could mix up your opponent by doing this. You could obviously smash attack out of it or use any special out of it. But this is actually a really, really underrated thing, and I do it to a lot of people. And I really, really like doing it. It mixes a lot of people up, and you could do it directly out of a dash as well. A jump, you could be walking and do it. Very, very useful. I really, really like using this technique. The next technique I want to talk about is wall jumping. So we all know on all stages you could wall jump by holding the opposite direction while you touch an edge. But I see a lot of people not using these on stages like Pokemon Stadium 2, because it may not look like it, but these stages do still have walls underneath here. Even though they're a little obscured by this other model in the way, you could still jump on the wall right here, and you could actually increase a lot of characters' recovery. Usually, if I'm down here, I won't be able to make it back. But if I get hit down here, and I utilize the wall jump, I'll be able to make it back just safe. This can also be useful for edge guarding because you could go for an edge guard, wall jump, and then make it back to the stage just fine. So remember to wall jump on stages that you might not even have thought of before. If you play a very item heavy character, or if you're fighting a character that uses a lot of items, this next tip is sure to be very useful. I'm going to use Banjo-Kazooie for example, because I actually used to main this character, but he does have a move, Rear Egg, which can be very easy to catch, and you're going to have to catch it a lot in gameplay scenarios. Now, for my entirety of maining this character, I always had to catch the egg using the A button, like that, but I would always end up doing an aerial out of it. Little did I know, I could press the grab button to quickly pick up items while they're in the air, and I pretty much get no lag. I could pick up the item and just keep going. When usually I would do this, I would do an aerial, and then I wouldn't have a lot of time to activate it. So going up to an item, pressing the Z button or grab button on the Pro Controller, you can easily pick up the items in midair without even having to worry about your jump being lost from doing an aerial, the time for the bomb to explode. It makes things much easier just to pick up an item. Like I showed just now, you could even air dodge out of it, so you can safely touch the ground and then jump and then usually use your item attack. So that characters like Diddy Kong, or if you're fighting against Pac-Man, you could easily catch items by just pressing the grab button midair. The next technique is another one some people might know about, but it is called pivot grabbing. Now this is a pretty famous technique, but I don't see a lot of people implement it into their gameplay, and I am one of those people that does not implement it into their gameplay. So usually when you grab someone, you could do a standing grab, you could do a dash grab, and then I usually would think you have to turn around slowly and then grab, or roll and then grab, or spot dodge grab. But little did I know, you could easily pivot grab by turning around and pressing the grab button at the exact same time. So as I'm turning around, I'm pressing the Z button to grab. On Pro Controller, I believe the grab button is R. So you can quickly turn around and get a grab in. Really, really, really useful. Using pivoted tilts and stuff is just really good, but definitely implement pivot grabs into your gameplay. Alright, here's another tip I want to give you guys. It's called Z dropping. Now, a lot of people that main an item character or who are a lot more experienced with the game definitely know what this is. Usually when you use an aerial and try to use an item, you'll just throw the item. But this way, I'm about to show you guys, you could actually do an aerial and then keep the item in your hand. So this is really useful. And also, you could do combos to even keep the item. So you could drop the banana, and then you could use an aerial out of it by doing the Z-drop technique. So how this is done is, any character can do this with an item, is right when you jump, press the drop item button, which is the grab button, and then immediately use an aerial. I notice this being most useful on Diddy Kong, because being able to keep your banana and continue using aerials on people is really, really useful. And let's say I'm playing as a different character, being able to keep the banana and use a different attack while in midair is really useful. Thanks for watching today's video, guys. Let me know what your favorite tip you learned is. If you guys want me to make another tip tutorial, I totally can, as I have a lot more things to talk about. Either way, take care everyone, and I hope you had a great rest of your day. Be sure to implement these tips into your gameplay to absolutely destroy your friends. Thanks for watching everyone. Bye.